Most people think buying a home in Jacksonville is simple, but the truth is buyers make mistakes that cost them thousands of dollars. This video is going to walk you through the home buying process step by step so you don't make the same mistakes. And if you find the information in this video helpful, download my free buyer's guide and send this video to somebody who you know is going to buy a home. Let's hop right into the video. The foundation of every smart home purchase starts long before you look at houses. It begins with your financial readiness. This is where most buyers set themselves up for either massive success or a whole lot of struggle. But before you apply for a pre-approval, you need to take a complete inventory of your finances. So start by reviewing your credit score from all three major bureaus. Lenders in Jacksonville typically want to see scores in the mid 600s or higher, but some programs for first-time buyers or Florida residents can accommodate a lot of lower scores if other factors are strong. So review your debts, your credit card balances, any monthly obligations. This will determine your debt to income ratio. That's one of the key factors in how much you can actually borrow. Next, evaluate your savings. You'll need funds not only for your down payment, but also for closing costs, insurance, inspections, and any moving expenses. A good rule of thumb is to have at least 3 to 5% of the purchase price available beyond your down payment to cover a lot of these items. And if you're using down payment assistance or any first-time buyer incentives, you can talk to your lender about eligibility early. A lot of Jacksonville buyers qualify for programs that reduce upfront costs, but those funds are limited and can run out mid-year. Once your finances are in order, request a formal pre-approval from a reputable lender, preferably local. A lot of national online lenders, they might look convenient, but local lenders understand Florida-specific underwriting and timelines. A strong pre-approval doesn't just tell you what you can afford, it really strengthens your offer when you find the right property. Jacksonville isn't a one-size-fits-all. It's one of the largest cities in the country by land area, meaning every region offers a different experience, lifestyle, and long-term value. Before you start viewing homes, define how you actually want to live. Maybe you value proximity to the downtown offices, or you want a quiet community in St. Johns County with some of the top-rated schools. Areas like Riverside and San Marco, they offer a lot of walkability, and then neighborhoods like Mandarin, Nocatee, and Fleming Island, they lean more towards that suburban kind of feel with newer construction and community amenities. Then you have coastal areas like Atlantic and Jacksonville Beach. That provides you the perfect coastal lifestyle, but with a lot of higher insurance costs. So each area comes with its own rhythm, commute pattern, and property tax consideration. What you should do, create a short list of your top 2 or 3 zones that really balance your lifestyle, the commute, and your price range. It's better to go deep on a few areas than scatter across the entire city and spend a few evenings driving these areas during like rush hour and weekends. You want to listen for noise, gauge the traffic, and pay attention, to see how it feels after dark. You're not just buying a home, you're choosing your daily environment. The biggest mistakes buyers make is falling in love with a property that doesn't even match how they actually live. In Jacksonville, decisions impact not just your comfort, but also your resale potential down the road. You might think buying a home is something you can do alone, but in reality, success depends on having the right people guiding you through it. At minimum, you need a realtor, a lender, a home inspector, a title company, and if you're buying in Florida, insurance specialists play critical roles. So start with your realtor and make sure they're local. Jacksonville's market has a lot of nuances. So flood zone boundaries, coastal insurance differences, HOA or CDD structures that vary by community. A local agent helps you avoid pitfalls that out-of-area agents often miss. Next, you want to connect with a lender who communicates clearly and can actually close on time. Your lender should explain your loan options, expected closing costs, and how your budget shifts if rates move. Once you're under contract, you'll rely on an inspector who catches all of the issues before they become surprises, and a title company that ensures your purchase is legally clean and transferable. Each of these professionals must communicate efficiently because one missed detail can delay closing or it can cost you leverage in your new home. The strength of your team defines the quality of your experience. Surround yourself with professionals who work full-time in real estate, not part-time side hustlers, because this is your money, your home, and your future, we have to treat it like the investment it is. Touring homes is the most exciting part of the process and my personal favorite, but it's where buyers make a lot of emotional mistakes. You'll likely see multiple homes each week for 2 to 4 weeks, depending on market conditions. Always begin with your must-have list: location, price, layout, and condition. As you tour, focus on structure and systems rather than decor and staging. Look for the age of the roof, the HVAC and plumbing. In Northeast Florida, moisture control is critical, so check for water staining, foundation settlement, or poor drainage. Take photos and notes after each showing. Homes really truly, they blur together fast. Once you find a home you like, return at a different time of day to see traffic patterns and lighting. Don't be afraid to ask your agent for a comparative market analysis showing what similar homes have actually sold for recently. That data helps you separate emotion from reality. A home that looks perfect, it might be overpriced, and one that feels average might be the best long-term investment. The key here is pacing. Move fast enough to stay competitive, but slow enough to stay smart. If you haven't already, go ahead and download my free home buying guide. This is going to walk you step by step in even more detail on the home buying process. And if you want help for your own personalized plan, reach out to me today, 904-208-0026. I would love nothing more than to be able to help you actually have a plan to lead you to the success of buying your home. Thank you for watching. Here's the rest of the video. Now, once you've found the right property, it's time to craft an offer that gets accepted without exposing you to any unnecessary risk. Your offer is more than just a price. It's about terms, timing, and presentation. Most Jacksonville sellers expect an earnest money deposit of 1 to 3% of the purchase price. You'll specify contingencies like financing, appraisal, and inspection. In competitive markets, some buyers are tempted to waive those contingencies to stand out, but that's risky. Unless you're paying cash, instead, make your offer strong by including a full pre-approval letter, clean paperwork, flexible closing timelines, and if the home's been sitting for a while, you may have room to request closing cost credits, a rate buy down from the seller. If it's newly listed, speed and clarity become your advantage. A good realtor will help you balance aggressiveness with protection. Once the seller accepts, your clock starts ticking. Inspections, appraisals, and loan processing all move quickly from there. This step typically takes about 1 week, but can make or break your deal. Home inspections reveal the property's condition beyond what you can see. In Florida, the 4-point inspection is common. It focuses on roof, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC systems, 4 areas that heavily affect your insurance eligibility. A 10-year inspection if possible. It's a valuable crash course in how the home actually operates. If issues are found, your agent can negotiate repairs or credits. Don't panic if the report is long. Even new homes have small defects. Focus on the major systems and safety concerns. Around the same time, your lender will order the appraisal to confirm the property's value aligns with the purchase price. If the appraisal comes in low, you can challenge it, renegotiate, or make up the difference depending on your loan type. Communication is critical here. This is when your agent, lender, and title company, they all work together to keep those timelines on track. After inspections and appraisal, your loan enters the underwriting process. This usually takes 2 to 4 weeks depending on the lender, and they verify every financial document you submitted: employment, income, bank statements, and tax returns. Avoid opening any new credit cards, financing anything, or making large cash deposits during this time. Anything that changes your financial picture could delay or derail your closing. Your lender will also confirm your insurance coverage and finalize the closing disclosure. That outlines the exact cost. You review this carefully. It's the final opportunity to catch any errors before closing. Underwriting in Florida can be particularly detail-oriented due to like flood zones and storm coverage requirements, so patience is the key here. Respond quickly to all document requests and maintain constant communication with your loan officer. Once the underwriter issues you the clear to close, you're officially in the home stretch. Closing typically happens about 30 to 45 days after your offer is accepted. Before you sit down at the closing table, you'll do what's called a final walkthrough of the home to ensure that all agreed upon repairs are complete and the property's condition has not changed. At closing, you'll sign your loan documents, the deed, and title paperwork. Expect this to take about an hour. Funds are wired to the seller, and once recorded, the keys are yours. If you're closing remotely or out of state, your title company will arrange for a secure online signing. The moment you receive confirmation that the deed is recorded, you officially own your home, but your responsibilities don't end there. Transfer utilities into your name, immediately verify insurance coverage is active, and store your closing documents safely. Take a deep breath. This is the culmination of everything that you have prepared for. Many buyers think the process ends once you get the keys, but smart homeowners know this is where ownership truly begins. Within your first month, file for Florida's homestead exemption. If this will be your primary residence, it provides a significant property tax savings, so set reminders for routine maintenance like air filter changes, HVAC servicing, and gutter cleaning if you have them. In these humid climates, small issues can escalate quickly without attention. Create a dedicated home maintenance fund, ideally 1 to 3% of your home's value per year for future repairs. Keep every receipt, record all of your upgrades. These documents will add to your resale value and simplify your taxes, maybe after 6 months to a year, well down the road. With your agent, monitor the appreciation and equity growth. Ownership isn't just about stability, it's about long-term wealth. Treat your property like an investment that needs care, planning, and constant attention. The more proactive you are, the smoother your experience will be when it's time to refinance or sell. Buying a home in Jacksonville or anywhere in Northeast Florida, it doesn't have to be overwhelming, not when you understand the process from start to finish. Preparation builds confidence, and confidence builds results. Each of these 9 steps connects to the next, forming a system designed to help you move strategically, not reactively. If you're ready to take that first step, text or call me directly at 904-208-0026. Together, we'll build you your personalized plan for home ownership, clear, intentional, and built for long-term success.